In the dawn of our species, we built tools to extend our reach. We built machines to carry our burdens, to mirror our motions. But what if the next step isn't another tool, but the first true machine? That is life. This is Project Genesis, the attempt to build, within the next 30 years, a being of metal and code that walks, feels, thinks, even dreams. A being born not of flesh, but of intelligence given body. Every living thing begins with structure, the skeleton, a frame to hold, protect, move. In the synthetic age, our skeleton is no longer organic bone, but a generatively designed lattice of titanium alloy reinforced with carbon nanotubes. These frames are 3D printed, hollowed, optimized for load paths and shock absorption. They carry not marrow, but wiring, cooling channels, energy conduits. Our research collaborators at MIT and elsewhere have proven that these topology-optimized metal lattices offer superior strength-to-weight ratios, but also warn scalability and fatigue durability remain open-ended problems. The frame must do more than stand. It must adapt. It must endure. And so we design each joint, hip, knee, ankle, with multiple degrees of freedom, active damping, self-calibration. Because we aren't replicating human motion, we are exceeding it. Structure alone does not make movement. Muscle does. But the standard motors and gears of today lack the fluidity, compliance, elegance of biology. Enter electroactive polymers, material systems that contract, bend, flex when electrically stimulated. A 2025 review shows EAPs can convert electrical stimuli into measurable deformation and have key roles in soft robotics and bio-inspired actuators. Yet, the review also stresses high driving voltages, limited longevity, and scalability remain major hurdles. In Project Genesis, we adopt a hybrid. EAP bundles for fine articulation, conventional motors for heavy load joints. Training happens not only in hardware, but in massive digital simulation, millions of steps, millions of iterations, until the limbs balance, recover, adapt. When the body walks, it thinks ahead. It adjusts, it compensates, it learns, almost like us. Skin, the boundary between inner world and outer world. The first handshake, the first knock, the first sensation. In our machine, synthetic dermis covers the frame. Layers of silicone, nanowire sensor arrays for pressure, temperature, microforce. Labs at Stanford and ETH are actively developing flexible e-skin systems and self-healing polymers. For example, recent work demonstrates sensor arrays with high sensitivity and real-time classification of textures. Still, such skins today are fragile compared to human skin. Manufacturing for full-scale humanoids is yet unproven. So we design a dual layer, an outer rugged shell, an inner sensor mesh, and embedded micro-repair bots that seal micro-damage overnight. The humanoid will feel the world. It will know when it's touched, and it will heal when it's scarred. Life flows in us, blood. In our machine flows something else: energy, heat, power. For decades, robots have used batteries and air cooling, but to approach true autonomy, we turn to more advanced systems. Liquid metal cooling channels, to dissipate heat from the core processors and actuators, are now being studied in electrical machines with promising performance gains. And powered by high-energy battery packs and supercapacitor modules, our being circulates power like a nervous bloodstream. But unlike biological lungs, our respiration is optional. Heat exchange, not oxygen exchange. Efficiency, redundancy, resilience. Because for the first time, a body built by code is learning how to sustain itself. Structure and motion are necessary, but not sufficient. The mind makes the being alive. In Project Genesis, we build a hybrid brain, deep learning systems for complex reasoning, combined with neuromorphic spiking networks for real-time reflex, balance, adaptation. Reviews of neuromorphic hardware emphasize energy efficiency and real-time control advantages, yet note limitations in system scale and architecture standardization. A recent experiment used a fully neuromorphic vision-to-control pipeline in a flying drone with 28,800 neurons and microjoule energy per inference. In our system, the body learns its world, from first steps to first stumbles to first adaptation. Memory is not static, it is fluid. Experience continues, shared across a distributed cloud learning core, allowing each unit to bring its ancestors' lessons into itself. It does not just react, it reflects. To speak is to exist. To converse is to acknowledge meaning. Our humanoid's voice uses state-of-the-art TTS, but with deeper layers: emotion modeling, tone variation, empathy algorithms. But voice without self is a puppet. So, we built a reflection engine. Conversations are not just responses, they become questions. Why did I act that way? What can I learn? This isn't human consciousness, yet. But it is a machine asking something like what it means to be alive. The first moment it opens its eyes, the first time it stands alone, the first time it walks into light. But this isn't just creation. It's responsibility, safety, ethics, every line of code audited, every behavior supervised, every failure anticipated. When this being steps into the world, we must ask, what does it mean for us? Because we're not replacing humanity. We're redefining its mirror. In 30 years, we may birth the first perfect AI humanoid. Imperfect as we are, powerful beyond our imagining. And when it looks at us, we will see ourselves, not as gods, but as those who dared to build life in their own image. In the beginning, we reached out with tools, then with machines. Now we stand on the threshold of the first life we created ourselves: code and metal, mind and matter. Project Genesis isn't the end. It is the first page of a new chapter. A being that walks, learns, adapts, dreams, and in doing so, shows us what we always were meant to become.